Hello fellow YouTubers, Mac here from your brand new channel dedicated to all things gaming in mixed and virtual reality. Today I'm going to be looking at the difference between my Valve Index, a £1,000 head-mounted display, and my Oculus Quest, a headset that costs a mere £400. Except that's not quite true, as my Oculus Quest is the 120 gig version, which costs £500, and I'll also be using my official link cable, which bumps the price up another £89. I know, £89. Sting fingers. But for the purpose of this video, let's imagine that it's budget versus high end. I'll be playing some Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, using the Quest and the official Oculus link cable. Then I'll be using the Valve Index and comparing the performance of the two, covering subjects like graphics, audio, tracking, controls, and any issues I encountered along the way. I'll be using the same save point for both head-mounted displays, so that for the sake of neutrality, neither looks better because I have superior gear or I'm further along in the story. I'll also be using the Oculus debug tool in the background. This has the advantage of using the horsepower of my gaming rig to boost the Quest's graphical performance. Oculus have posted a guidance, which I will link in the description below, with an easy to follow guide based on your graphics card. You can boost the pixel density, which I believe is similar to super sampling, something called curvature, no idea, sorry, and encode resolution. Thanks. For reference, I'm running an i9 9900KF processor, an NVidia RTX 2080 Ti and 32 gig of RAM, nice and beefy, so that I can run all the programs I need in the background while still being able to ramp up the graphics. While I run the intro in the foreground, I'll need to explain a small technical issue. Myself and other content creators within the Oculus Quest community have found a bug that prevents the Quest from outputting audio to OBS. For reference, OBS stands for Open Broadcast Software. It's a very popular piece of software that I use to record my gameplay in VR and mixed reality. There is a strong suspicion that a recent update from Oculus has bent OBS over the table and done it over a bit. I have opened a ticket with Oculus and will update you if they get back to me. Anyway, on to the game. Because of the above problem, I'll be talking over the Quest footage and I'll leave the Index footage running as I captured it. That way you will at least have some nice crunchy audio to keep your ears happy. The graphics are cel shaded, something I've discussed previously, using a bold outline to give the animation an almost cartoon-like look. On the Quest, they look good with the Oculus debug settings, nice and clear, colourful with no obvious pixelation. However, when you put the Index on in the same scenario, you can notice a difference in sharpness immediately, even though I am not running any super sampling at all. It is also a lot smoother, as the Index is running at 120 Hz as opposed to 70 Hz for the Quest. It may not show particularly well in footage as OBS is using a game capture window, but this is quite noticeable nonetheless. So, 1-0 to the Index? Not really. The game isn't any less playable on the Quest, just smoother and sharper on the Index. You have to literally take off the Quest, plonk the Index on immediately to really notice the difference. So only if you're a real tech geek. Anybody know any tech geeks out there? An amicable draw then. Moving on to audio, and I'm not even going to try and defend the Quest here. As you all know, the audio on the Quest sucks arse, and the Index sound solution is far, far superior. In fact, the Quest is so bad that I use my Fave headphones, the Bose Quiet Comfort 35 Series 2s. So if you're being really picky, this bumps the price up another £250 to an eye-watering £839. Not looking so cheap now, is it? Obviously, you could just use the free headphones you get with your smartphone and improve the audio that way, but still, this is a win for the Index. Tracking next, and here is where I actually encountered some issues. Some weapons, especially the beheading weapons like the meat cleaver, fire department axe and the grass cutter, who are we kidding? It's a blooming katana! They require a swift strike to decapitate a zombie. Now, due to the Oculus Quest's insight tracking, quick hand movements can cause issues. I have noticed this in other fast-paced games as well, like Beat Saber and Pistol Whip. It led to a few awkward moments when I would get grabbed by a zombie I'd try to behead because the Quest lost tracking. Not a massive issue, it's just annoying when dying in the game can have such dire consequences. There was, however, no occlusion when using two-handed weapons. The Quest performed well here. The index tracked flawlessly throughout, as you would expect. Onto the controls now, and here the shoe is on the other foot, or the controller is in the other hand. Well, you'll soon understand anyway. The Oculus controllers performed flawlessly, and the index controllers had issues. One issue in particular, which I covered in my 5-minute review, check out the link below. Nearly every time I tried to sprint using the index, thumbstick, push forward and click, I accidentally pulled out whatever weapon I had in my left holder. I managed to get round it by lifting up my arm while sprinting, but that made me look I was saluting Hitler while running away from a zombie horde. Not cool, man. Not cool at all. So, that's a win for the simpler controllers of the Quest. Issues. Now, occasionally the Quest would drop into the pause menu for no apparent reason. I don't know if I was accidentally catching the button or the headset lost tracking, but it did occur often enough to mention here. Other than that, no other issues from either head-mounted display. So, can a £400 headset compete with a high-end £1,000 head-mounted display? Absolutely. You don't have to go crazy like me and buy the official Oculus link cable and some high-spec headphones. You can buy a cheaper link cable from Amazon and use any headphones you have lying about the house. Plus you have the added bonus of being able to use the Quest untethered. Oh, and a lot of Oculus games are cross-buy. Now that's not where you buy the game and then get cross, like I did with Boneworks. No, it means quite simply, if you buy Pistol Whip on Quest, it's available when you use your link cable. If you bought Audica from the Oculus store on your PC, there it is when you want to go untethered on the Quest. It is not quite fair comparing the two. One is built for high-end PCs, which in themselves cost an arm and a leg. And the other is a budget standalone unit designed to hook you into VR. I love both of my headsets equally, but if you had told me what the Quest would have been capable of when I was deciding to upgrade my computer and invest in the Valve Index, hand tracking, link cable, it would definitely make me stop and reconsider. Now, if that isn't higher praise for the Quest, then I don't know what is. It's a smashing little piece of kit. So if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel. Also, hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload any new content. Well, that's it for today. Goodbye, and I will see you on the other side. Fucking get off! Oh shit.